Guys, welcome back to another Teen Tarot. Today I'm having green tea with hibiscus and rosehip. Look how red that is. Isn't that so pretty? So cheers. And here's what it looks like closer. Again, it's a tea bag, so it's kind of hard to really see it. There's some little blue flowers in there, so that's kind of cool. All right, let's get into the tarot. All right, we have the 10 of clubs, the 10 of spades, ooh, double 10 energy, and the 4 of clubs. I also feel like you're like hiding your emotions. This also is wind energy, so air signs. This is another air sign card. In regular tarot, this would be like the 4 of wands. This would be the 10 of wands. This rooster, it looks like it has some air energy too. Are these all air cards? Those are all air cards. So this, I'm getting that you're like hiding your emotions. You're not being true to how you're feeling to somebody else. And I think there's a reason why you're hiding. You're a little bit nervous of the reaction. This is like wake up call because roosters wake us up, you know, with their cockadoo. 4 of wands. This is like going through this path here will lead you to another world of like happiness and desires. Picking up that you need to leave a situation. There's stuff going on right now that's not good. So I have my little book again, and just to go further, the first one that came up was the 10 of spades, and it's judgment. It's waking up, an announcement. And then the 10 of clubs, a responsibility or burden. I think it's more of a burden. I think it's you're hiding, like I said, hiding, like telling somebody how you're feeling and your emotions. The 4 of clubs is solid foundation, stability, celebration. So kind of everything that I was saying, kind of heavy energy in the beginning because this is really like I'm getting just nervous to have this conversation with somebody. I'm almost seeing it as like a breakup or an end of a friendship, which is never fun. It's hard. And this being the wake-up call, like the wake-up call being that you've known this time has come and it's been the time to do it for a while now, and you've just been kind of putting it off because you're either trying to secure a better situation off to the side before fully like committing to leaving, or this is for people in relationships, or you're just waiting to have basically security, being more secure and feeling that safeness in order to get up and leave. And then when you do, you're not going to be burdened anymore. You're not going to have mental anguish. You're not going to feel emotionally drained. Some of you might be mentally and emotionally getting like abused right now, and so it's just hard, and so you're just waiting to have like this safe house in order to get out and be free. And I see you will. I mean, this is the card here showing you getting out, walking this path and being free and celebrating like, I did it, I got out. And these, they're probably not, but I look at them as evil eyes, and I'm seeing this as your protection. So your higher self, your ancestors, there's people protecting you who are passed on. For some, you probably never even met them, but they're definitely there and they're helping you out. So let's get a further card with the Oracle. You see in this card, she's holding all of these twigs or branches, whatever you want to call them. That's a burden alone. So you're holding a lot of weight and energy from this unhealthy relationship that you're in. And you know that it's time to leave. You're just trying to figure out the steps in order to leave. Also, there's like little buildings in the back. So I see that as also going somewhere and securing another place to live, having friends there to help you kind of get out. Just like find those people who will support you no matter what and be there for you no matter what to help you get out of this unhealthy situation. Okay, so for the Oracle today, we have inner truths. I will read on it further, but just from my own intuition for the inner truths, I see it as, again, like you've known for a while that you need to get out of this energy, and I see that you will. I'm seeing that maybe you're kind of second guessing, like you're kind of maybe like, maybe it's my fault, maybe I should try harder to make this relationship work. And I'm seeing that as like, that's just not the case. This relationship is just unfortunately just meant to come to an end, and it's not easy, and there will be hardships during this process of leaving and gathering your things and finding a new place to stay and finding a new living situation, basically, like you're learning to live without this person. And even though it's, it's a good thing, I think sometimes when we're in unhealthy relationships, we see it as normal. And so when we get out, it's kind of, what the heck? Like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, it's uncertain. It's not familiar. It's new not being screamed at, right? It's new not constantly fighting with this person. Things are gonna get better. So let's read further on inner truths. And for anyone going through a really hard relationship that's just not healthy, whether that be just toxic and just emotionally or mentally abusive, hopefully not physically abusive, that would be really tough. Just remember that there's always going to be people out there that want to help you and are there for you. So don't be afraid to reach out. So inner truths. There's a lot of depth to your feelings. You are on your way to understanding your feelings and desires more clearly. The next steps on your path will soon reveal themselves. Stay vigilant to new opportunities that may lead to the beginnings of novel projects or assist with current ventures. Look around you and within. Be willing to do the work at the deepest level, as you will find jewels of wisdom, knowledge, and inner voice all waiting patiently to assist you. Nature's crystals are created deep within the earth. Go deep and find your own treasures. So I think this will come more when you reach the point of getting out of this relationship, and then you'll be stuck with yourself and you'll have to go within and think. So yeah, like just dig deep within yourself and your crystals will come and find you, basically, because there's a lot of crystals in this image here. There's also a boat. You're definitely going to escape the situation. It's not forever. And then today's little passage from the little book of spirituality. To live in joy, allow experience to flow through you with loving awareness and without clinging or aversion. So definitely, you're probably missing joy right now. If you're in a very hard, unwelcoming, toxic relationship, there's probably not a lot of joy. And the joy will come back to you. The cycle is going to clear itself. I mean, currently here, waking up to it, and then the end result is getting out and seeking your inner truth and finding yourself again, which I think is the most beautiful part about breakups. Breakups are very tough, don't get me wrong, and they have their moments. But I think the most beautiful part about a relationship ending, especially if it's a very toxic or just heavy, unsupportive relationship, the coolest part is when you get to a point of you've done your grief process and you get to a point where you finally get to just fully be yourself again and you're rediscovering yourself. So you're trying different hobbies out, you're hanging out with different people, or you're hanging out with people you stopped hanging out with because maybe that person didn't want you to really like hang out with people. You're reconnecting with family. You're finding joy in life's simple pleasures again. So I think that's like a really cool, beautiful thing. So definitely that will come to you once the breakup ends, and just know like the journey's not going to be easy, but it's well worth it. Okay, and the crystal for today is citrine. So it comes in yellow to yellowish brown or smoky gray brown. And let's read some of its attributes. Citrine is a powerful cleanser and regenerator. Carrying the power of the sun, this is an exceedingly beneficial stone. It is warming, energizing, and highly creative. This is one of the crystals that never needs cleansing. It absorbs, transmutes, dissipates, and grounds negative energy and is therefore extremely protective for the environment. Citrine energizes every level of life. As an aura protector, it acts as an early warning system so that action can be taken to protect oneself. So I like that it says to protect oneself. So maybe if you need some courage to finally let this person go, maybe go to a crystal shop and get citrine. I have some citrine myself. It's a very inexpensive crystal, so definitely like pay too much for it. For rarity, it says that it's comparatively rare, but I definitely think that it's still available out there, so you can definitely find it. And I don't think there's a need to pay a lot of money for it. It says it's also one of the stones of abundance. This dynamic stone teaches how to manifest and attract wealth and prosperity, success, and all good things. See, this is perfect. I think this is a really good crystal, actually, especially with how this reading went. You're gonna need something like this for when you do get out, because you're gonna feel kind of lost and unsure. So I think this will definitely help especially attracting wealth and prosperity. That's good, especially if you need to find a new place to live and whatnot. It is a happy, generous stone and encourages sharing what you have and yet helps you to hold on to your wealth. It has the power to impart joy to all who behold it. Gloom and negativity have no place around citrine. See, that's another positive. This crystal, with its magical powers of the earth, it will definitely help get you through this breakup. Healing wise, it's an excellent stone for energizing and recharging. It stimulates digestion, the spleen, and the pancreas. It negates infections in the kidney and bladder. It helps eye problems, increases blood circulation, detoxifies the blood, activates the thymus, and balances the thyroid. Positions for wearing it: you should wear it on fingers or throat in contact with the skin. Wearing a citrine point down brings the golden ray of spirit into the physical realm. Position as appropriate for healing. Use a sphere for meditation. Place in the wealth corner of your home or business, or in your cash box. Citrine fades in sunlight, so don't keep it in direct sunlight. And here's like a little diagram of where, if say this is your front door in your house, this would be your wealth corner right here. So this is your door, this is your wealth corner. All right. Well, not every reading's gonna be happy-go-lucky, and sometimes you have to hear hard truths, and sometimes it's the stuff that we really don't want to hear, but tarot helps us get through it anyways, right? And of course, the oracle cards make it the jab a little bit easier, because we know tarot can sometimes be a little bit mean. But I thought this reading went very well, and hopefully it reaches to whoever needs to hear it, because there's a very good positive outcome at the end of it, right? So even though it starts off kind of heavy, it ends very light and powerful, and you will find your voice again, and you will find yourself again. Cheers, guys! And thank you for coming back to another Tea and Tarot. I will see you guys next week. Bye!